Hey guys, in my last video you saw my grocery haul and you heard that I am doing a challenge this month to save $100 on my grocery bill, which is huge for me because I usually spend $100 a week, so that's kind of like cutting out an entire week of the month. This month has 5 weeks in it, so I'm still spending my $400, but I'm just spreading that over 5 weeks. So in order to do that, I definitely am going to have to be on my game in terms of meal planning and prep work. So I just got back from the grocery store and filmed that grocery haul. If you haven't seen it, go watch it because it will explain a lot of what I'm about to show you. But I think it's really important for me this month to have my stuff together and meal plan. So what I've done is I've come up, I realized, okay, so I make 5 meals a week and 2 nights a week. I just have my notes here, so I'm looking at them. I make 5 meals a week. I cook 5 meals a week is my goal. And that usually, I mean, in the past, that's really how I've done it anyway. So that's not really gonna be any different this month. So I'll cook 5 meals a week, and then 1 night a week we usually go out, and then 1 night a week I'll save that for like going to my mom's house or going to Ryan's parents' house, because on the weekends, like Friday and Saturday night, I don't like to have like a meal plan because I don't want to be like, oh no, we can't go out with our friends because I planned on making spaghetti. Like, that's stupid. So Friday night and Saturday night, those are 2 nights of the week that I know a meal plan is just not really going to work. So those nights are just reserved for winging it. But the other 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday, I want to have something planned, so I'm not just flying by the seat of my pants and being like, stopping wherever to buy food. So I've got 25 meals kind of planned out here, and I'm not going to stick to this meal plan like verbatim. I know I'm probably going to go off it, but I just kind of needed to plot out 25 meals in my head so I knew what to buy in my grocery haul. So I'll turn the camera around and kind of show you the meals I planned out and how I did it. Breasts, or like grilled chicken breasts, or make them in the oven or whatever. One night I'll make crispy chicken salad, so that's really good. It's like I just pound chicken really thin and then bread it and bake it, and then we put it on top of salad. And then the 4th chicken meal I have marked as fajitas. And then we have breakfast for dinner at least once a week. I try not to do it more than once a week, but we do have breakfast for dinner once a week, so that's an easy 5 meals there. But I try not to just make the same breakfast for dinner every week. So here I flagged I can make omelets twice, I can make fried eggs and hash browns once, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches once, and then breakfast quesadillas. So that's an easy 5 meals. This next category is really like other. Some of it's pasta, some of it's just random. Linguine and clam sauce. Ryan's mom has a really good recipe for that, so I'm going to try and make that once this month. I haven't made it since we moved into our apartment, and it's really, really good. And then baked ziti, we can have it twice. I just put ×2 because if you make a big baked ziti, you're definitely going to have leftovers. So I'll probably make that on a night of the week when I know like the next night I'm going to be working late or I'm out, so Ryan has leftovers to eat. Then pierogies and sausage. Ryan and I both love pierogies. I've talked about this on my blog before. They're really not very good for you, but we love them. So that will probably be one of our nights, just an easy dinner. And then sausage and potatoes would be another dinner, and Italian sausage pizza would be another good dinner. And then I already talked about the fish. But so that's how I kind of meal planned for this month. I just wrote everything down and kind of then made a list of what I needed to buy to make these meals. So that's kind of why you saw what you did in my grocery haul, because I just had these meals in mind. So another important thing to me when it comes to meal planning is planning out some meals that are easy, that I can make ahead of time and put in my freezer and then just pull out when I need to use them. So I have 4 different meals planned out for the freezer, actually 5 planned for the freezer this month, which means I can pull 1 freezer meal every week. And that really works well for me because there's going to be certain days of the week, like usually Wednesday nights and Thursday nights for me are just like, I'm done with the week. I don't want to be cooking anymore. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready to just eat out and not have to think about cooking that much. So Thursday nights definitely are a good pull from the freezer kind of night. So I have 5 different meals planned out for that, and I'm about to go make them right now. But first, before I show you them all made, let me show you what I have planned out. Okay, so as I mentioned before, there's 5 weeks in this month. You guys are gonna get sick of hearing me talk about meal planning this month, aren't you? Okay, so I've got 5 freezer meals, 1 per week of the month. I've got meatballs times 2, so that means 2 different weeks we can have meatballs. So I'm probably planning on meatballs one night this week, and then I'll do it again one night towards the end of the month, just so it doesn't seem like we're having meatballs too much. The second meal straight from the freezer is pierogies. I love them, and I just buy the box of frozen pierogies. I know they're really not that good for me, but I don't care, and we both love them. So then the third is meatloaf. I put times 2 here, but really that's just going to be 1 week's worth of freezer meal, just because we'll probably have leftovers that same week. And then the 4th, or I guess kind of the 5th week, would be baked ziti, which is also a really good meal for leftovers. So that will count as 2 meals too. That should be times 2. So this is a really, really easy way for you to kind of have pre-made meals in your freezer, but make sure they're healthy, and make sure they're made with real food and kind of fit your standards. So that is it for the planning, and let me get cooking so I can show you all these meals prepped and ready to put in my freezer. Okay, here is about an hour's worth of work. I have a baked ziti here. It's not baked yet. Everything in there is cooked, like the sausage and pasta and everything are cooked. Toby, don't eat my food. So everything is cooked in here, so I'm just gonna cover it with tin foil, put it in the freezer, and then take it out whenever I want it. And then I have a pound of meatballs here. I'm gonna split this in half and then store it in these little quart-sized freezer bags. So I just have them labeled meatballs and the date. So that will be 2 separate meals. And then here is a meatloaf. This was my first time making meatloaf using this recipe, and I hope it came out all right. I'm a little worried because it doesn't look like it stuck together that well. But we'll try it, and I'm sure it will taste good anyway. So that is everything that I've prepped. Pierogies don't really take any prep work. I just have to buy the box from the store. So here is 4 different freezer meals in this, because 2 from the meatballs, 1 from the meatloaf, 1 from that, even though there'll be leftovers from both of these 2 dishes. And now, next thing I'm gonna do for my prep work, this I just have to put in the freezer. This bacon, I'm going to divide it into 2 freezer bags, so it's 6 ounces each, because 12 ounces of bacon is a lot for just 1 meal. So I never want to just throw something in the freezer like this and be like, oh, I'll just defrost it when I'm ready to use it, because once you defrost meat that's been frozen, you're really not supposed to freeze it again, because bacteria could contaminate it and everything once it's been like frozen and refrozen and thawed and everything. So I'm going to divide this in half before I freeze it. Same with the chicken. I'm going to divide these 2 chicken breasts because each one of them will be a meal. And then I'm going to divide this in 2 because half of this container is plenty for 1 meal for Ryan and myself. So that's about all of the prep work I have to do. Let me show you everything once it's all bagged up. All right, here is my meat for the month. I separated my chicken. Here are 2 bags of the chicken tenderloins. There's 5 pieces in each bag. Here are the chicken breasts. There's 1 breast in each bag. And then 2 meals worth of meatballs. I decided not to separate the bacon actually. I'm just going to put this in my refrigerator for a while because it is use or freeze by October 23rd, 2015. So this is sealed well enough that I won't even have to freeze it until I open it, and I'll probably use half of it as at a time and then freeze it at that point. And then I have my baked ziti and my meatloaf, and that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Let me know what kind of freezer meals you like to make, if you prep for the month, if you prep for the week. Just leave it in the comments below. Thanks.